I've got this right here. I mentioned it. We had a company recently contact us, and we'll get emails from time to time about, you know, various new products, stuff like that, new things on the market. And this is something that I thought you guys might really like. You might really get a kick out of. ATV outside, sorry. Thought y'all might like this. Now, I'm not 100%. This is the only thing I'm not sure about on this is the pronunciation of the name. It's A-F-E-R-I-Y. It's either AFERY or AFERY. That I'm not 100% sure, though. We'll leave that one alone. I looked to see online, and there were other people talking about it, and they said it different ways. So, I don't know. But anyway, y'all seen me taking the junk I take when I go camping. If you've been watching the channel for a minute, you know I take batteries, inverter. There's an adapter that I use in here, in a 12 volt, you know, adapter to switch over for extra USB ports. There's also 2 bags, Ziploc bags of adapters in my backpack that I take with me when I go camping. This replaces all of that and a whole bunch more, a lot more. It's also an uninterruptible backup power supply that, you know, you can, you know, have your whatever, your computer system, you know, plugged into it, and the power goes out. This kicks in 10 nanoseconds and takes over. Now, I've seen and own, you know, a couple smaller ones like this, right? They mention some of their stuff, okay, some of their features. We'll say there's a difference between features and benefits. Features is things it does. A benefit is what's it do for me. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. When they started listing this, that there was so many of them that they actually put etc. Okay. ETC. They actually put etc. The output ports, for example, Type A, USB, Type C, you know, blah 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 blah, cigarette lighter output, etc. All right. This thing is really cool. It really is. It's it's modern life peel 4 batteries, and if you guys remember, 2,048 watt hours, by the way, total. So that's double what my batteries are. This is 2 of my batteries. Okay, this is 2 of them. And just briefly, weight 55 pounds. Get that out front. Say that up front right now. 55 pounds. It's comparable to the weight, if you guys remember, until just recently, you know, before all the lithium batteries, regular batteries, alkaline, lead, you know, regular battery. Remember a comparable, say, a pickup truck battery. That's about what this weighs, okay? But you have the power of, what, 3, 4 of those batteries? You know, the capacity of 3 or 4 of those batteries, plus, you know, all the other stuff. Now, you've got, of course, USB, all this stuff right here. It's got 12 volts out at, I think it was 3 amp, 10 amp, and a 25 right here, a 25 amp at 12 volts. And, of course, you've got regular USB, got the C wire, you know, all that stuff at various wattages, up to 100 watts. Okay, so it's quite a bit of power. And of course, it's got a light. And you've got 6 plugs over here. There's 6 of them. With my 2,000 watt inverter, this is a 2,400 watt inverter, by the way. This is actually has more output than mine. So it's, you know, better than both my batteries. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking my other batteries. They're my kids too, and I love them all the same. Okay, I love all of my kids equally. This is just the newest. This is the baby. But I wanted to show you a couple things, you know, the benefits, right? Look here. You want to see something really cool? Let me get the Bluetooth connected. All right. Now, you've got, all right, obviously, you know, battery status, all this kind of stuff. I've got it plugged into the cable right now. I'll be unhooking it in a few minutes, and that will be just for, you know, a little heater if I need it. Probably won't even need it. It's going to be like 60 tonight. It's warm in here now. But what I wanted to show you, look down here. I don't know if you guys, you've got these are the ports and what they're doing, and switches. I don't know if y'all catch that or not. What that means, watch here. You see? All right. Okay. That means you can work your stuff with your cell phone. You can have, say, your lights, or, you know, whatever you wanted to use, you know, and you can operate it with your cell phone. Now, how cool is that? You know, your exterior lights, or, you know, your whatever, you know, and you can turn things on and off with your cell phone. Now that is nice. That is really cool. But I'm gonna leave this running tonight, and for the rest of the night I'll have, that's what, a 100-watt bulb. So it's, well, LED. It's pulling 10 watts right now. So I'll have that, and, you know, the big screen, and he pulls about 40 watts. So we'll have that in there. And of course I'll be doing some other stuff, you know, playing with the 12 volt, and I got some toys. You know, you're going to be in the camper in the thunderstorm. I brought some toys. All right, I got some toys in the backpack, and I've got, you know, more toys in the house too. You know, I can go get more toys anytime I want them. So that's cool. That's one good thing about camping in your front yard. You have access to all of your toys. If you get bored, you go play with something else. But anyway, I think I really like this, and I did a little bit of comparison. All right, I just, you know, before I get into any of the, you know, whatever details a little bit later, from as near as I can tell, to find this same setup, the 2000 with the 2400 watt, you know, the inverter plus all this other stuff built in, near as I can tell, is right at $1,500. This is right about half that. This is about half of what I can find in comparable products with a different name that I might be more sure about, AFERY or AFERY. That's the only difference that I can find here. I cannot find anything at all that I don't like about this. It has everything that I could possibly want. There's, you know, we'll do a little bit of the specs later. I don't want to bore y'all to death. Like I said, benefits, not, you know what I mean? What's it do for me? Don't tell me how the thing works. Tell me what it does for me. Okay? But you got a little port right there to put stuff. USB right here. This is more or less circuit breaker, reset, overload. This is your main power in if you want to charge by power. This is solar right here, and I'm going to be using, that's something for another day, the big box over here. That's something someone else sent me. I'm doing a solar panel install on this puppy real soon too. So yeah, but there's the solar panel in. That's how you connect it and charge everything. Like I said, you've got 12 volt right here, and what I like about it, they're all individual. You can turn each one on individually. I just turned, you'll see it mentioned it over here too, that the DC out just turned on. Or you can USB, and you know, it shows the little indicator. It's very simple to use. It may look complicated, but it's not. An input, output, 60 hertz, which is pure sine wave, by the way, just in case anybody doesn't know. Anything other than 60 hertz can theoretically, they say, do damage to certain electronics, but 60 hertz is considered conditioned electrical. It's what your house, the current going to your house. Okay, it's pure sine wave. Anyway, long story. It's oscilloscopes and, you know, irrelevant. Anyway, there's the Bluetooth right there, and it has little indicators right here to show you which one you've got turned on. There's your battery level, how long you've got, you know, how long you've got left using the things that you have on right now. The light is incredibly bright. I was surprised. You know, that may or may not come in handy. We shall see. Oh, the SOS, huh? But what I like about it, like I said, my other one, as far as the 110, you had 2 plugs on my inverter, and it's 2,000 watts. This is 2,400 watts and has 6 plugs instead of 2. So you can run all kinds of stuff. This should be able to do all of the things that I take all of my other junk, the batteries and inverters, and you get where I'm going, guys. A whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of bulk, a whole lot more weight than 55 pounds, literally. And this is so much easier, and I'm sure this puppy will come in very handy on the channel, and I'm sure you guys will be seeing this thing get a lot of use. You know, I'm going to use it, like I said, in here. I'm going to have this puppy in here, and like I said, that's a big nice solar panel for it right there for the top of the camper. I'll be doing an install on that at a later date. But so far, all right. How are we doing on the storm? If I remember how to work my phone. Let me go back to radar. And it looks like it. It's approaching, ain't it? It's definitely getting here. Hopefully. How weird is that? But anyway, alright. When I come back, I will have this moved over into place. I just went over here so I could show it to you, kind of show you around. The back it's a label on the back. It's just a technical specs, that sort of thing, which I guess, there goes the ATV. He'll probably back down in a second. So probably should mention some of the technical specs, I suppose. The model, AFP 210, 2,048 watt hours, no doubt. Now check this charge rate out, 1,100 watts charging rate. That is really fast. I think my other ones are about 800. The input, also something else too. I noticed the solar panels, anywhere from 0 to 50 watt solar panels will, amp will work just fine with this. That is nice. I like it. Carport, you can charge it in your car. Off-grid mode. I love that. Don't even know what that is yet. I'm sure I'm going to love it, though. Whatever it is. All right, let's get everything hooked up and move on from here and quit running my mouth about the thing, which I do really like it. I really do. All right, let's get everything moved and hooked up and get everything into place and get ready to watch some movies and junk while the storm rages. Not bad, huh? Don't look too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Hang on. Alright, get back to my movie. See y'all in a little while. Getting there, isn't it? 10 o'clock. I wasn't out here the whole time. I was in the house for a little while. After dinner, I went in, but you know, I left the movie on, paused, and I had paused the movie and went in. You know, made sure to leave everything on. So, doing really, really well. I mean, that's consistent, pretty heavy drain. It's doing really well. Good morning. Well, it appears as though I didn't die last night. There weren't a whole lot of bears in here, but it did really well. It's still got, well, 50%, 49, and that's after running the TV consistently, and that's about 40 watts. That's another 10, plus, charging GoPro batteries, phone, just playing with the little fan. Yeah, it did really good. I mean, I threw everything at it but the kitchen sink, literally, and it's still got half of a charge. So that is not bad at all, y'all. That would have wiped out my other batteries long before this. I mean, you couldn't have run just the TV that long, let alone, lamps and everything else. You couldn't have run just one. Well, just the TV that long. The lamp you could. But, yeah, so I'm very well pleased. Very well pleased with it. And I love the fact that you can, use your phone to use it like a remote too, to work lights and, things like that. Let me see here. Get it off the camera. There it goes. Just saw the little Bluetooth indicator come on right there. And here we go. Total charge going out, 10 watts to the AC. That's the light using 10 watts. And if I hit the button, how cool is that? I can turn it on and off with my remote. That's just pretty cool. I like it. I do. I like that. Like having a remote control for your power system. Very handy little gadget, though. Very handy. And like I said, 50 pounds, but that's still lighter than carrying all this stuff individually. 2 batteries, inverter, etc., 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 and all of it's built into this one box right here. All right, we'll see y'all a little bit later. Y'all have a good day, and thanks for hanging out. Keep me company. We'll see you guys a little bit later. Y'all have a good one. Leo out.